Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
All righty, Lionel with you, and this is The Other Side of Midnight. Our number is 800-848-9222. Let me get right down to business. I started doing whatever this thing is, whatever you want to call this paid, kind of an official capacity of talk radio or whatever, 38 years ago, 88. That's when I first started. And I started in weekends and all that kind of jazz. And from that moment on, without any hesitation or pause or any kind of interruption, I have been advocating for the longest time that not only are there either UFOs, UAPs, we do call them UAPs. I think it was all UFOs then, extraterrestrials, interstellar. Since that time, and without exception, the response was, without exception. People said, yeah, that's interesting, yeah. And there were movies that came out, of course, and it was Close Encounters of a Third Kind, and there was all this other kind of jazz, and then, And then later, in 96, maybe, before that, really when the internet, as it were, started, then we said, wow, look at the evidence that's available. Look. Wow. And the reaction was, for the most part, I mean, there are people, believe me, who are rabid, and people who are just, I mean, they live and breathe it. But for the most part, it doesn't grab anybody. I can tell you that in those 38 years, as of today, what is happening right now is like nothing I've ever seen before. Nothing. It is an absolute plethora, an explosion of stories. An AP report highlights renewed interest, just as a few, in UFOs after Donald Trump ordered the release of government files. How many times have you heard this? He ordered the release of government files. JFK, he ordered the release of government files. Epstein, he ordered the release of government files. And we've heard this. And the move, of course, follows comments made by Barack Obama, who said, while alien life may exist, statistically, there is no evidence of contact, but still there exists. And there have been all types of little hints here and there. And experts note that many sightings remain unexplained, though none, quote, confirm alien origins. It has been suggested. Now, I don't know what confirming means, but public curiosity is rising, and polls still show most Americans believe intelligent life exists beyond Earth. Scientists caution that if extraterrestrial life does exist, it may not be friendly. And we're going to go through all this. So right now, just to let you know, as of today, there might be 30, 40, 50 ongoing reports, studies, news stories, everywhere. And I don't know what it takes. But here's the best part. I don't know what it takes for people to finally say, all right, that's it. Now, up till now, there was this response that people always gave. It was very interesting. They always said, you know, the reason why they don't let us know is because if they did, people would be rioting in the streets. There would be panic. Panic. How many times have you heard this? I say absolutely not. There's no panic. Nothing. There's never panic. Nobody cares. No panic whatsoever. None. Nobody cares. Nobody. It does not exist. The degree of ennui, the degree of disinterest, it's bigger than ever, and I don't know why. So if government files are finally being released, what exactly has been withheld for decades? And who made these decisions? Now think about this. The questions are, and of course you'll always meet these morons who will say, have you ever seen one? Have you ever seen one? Have you ever seen one? I mean, it's just, think about the subject matter. Cancer, COVID, wars. Have you ever had cancer? Have you ever had it? Have you ever seen an electron? Have you ever been to war? Have you ever? I mean, just it's because there's lack of critical thinking also. Like, what does that have to do with anything? It doesn't have anything to do. We talk about 99% of the things in the world that we talk about. It's never happened to us. One time, a friend of mine was an OBGYN, still is. And somebody asked him, how can you treat women when you're not a woman? He says, 99% of the people who have had most of the diseases or maladies that most doctors have never had them themselves. So it's one of these ridiculous stories because it goes to show you just this sophomoric way of thinking because we've never really known or learned how to deal with this thing. Why do so many UFO encounters, why, remain officially unexplained despite advanced surveillance and defense technology? Have you spent any amount of time, I'm serious about this, any amount of time researching this? It will blow your mind. Have you seen the actual pictures and the videos and graphics and eyewitness accounts? Have you seen them? It will blow your mind. Are these unidentified aerial phenomena truly unknown? Or are they classified, maybe human technologies, being deliberately mischaracterized? Why are we wasting so much time? What are we waiting for?
This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.